Getting ready now for the Class 3A championship game. You see the billboards line up right there. The Yorktown Tigers at 38-1, 36-3 the Providence Pioneers. This is for the 3A championship. And time to get along now to the keys to the game. Brought to you by Wilson Sporting Goods. State title runs deserve the very, very best. What do you got, Mike?
I think Yorktown to win this thing. They're a team that's not about what they do. It's about what they don't do. They don't make errors, and they've got to be that team today. Very few errors. They got to play clean if they're going to beat a very well-coached Providence team. For Providence, speed. The only way you can force errors with this Yorktown group is to speed up the range of play, and that's what they've got to rely on.
Now let's take a look at a couple of the key players for Yorktown. This is a little unique here. This player, Mackenzie Knuckles, is only a freshman.
I tell you what, she's a freshman. She plays like she's a freshman in college, coming off a national championship in club. She has been the most prolific freshman player in the state of Indiana. A lot's going to be on her shoulders tonight. I think that this is an awful big stage, but if she performs, I think the Tiger fans are going to be happy.
And we'll have to see how the freshman does stand up because there's a large crowd on hand tonight. On the other side of the coin, you got the Horning sisters.
You got to, anytime there's a sister act, I told somebody earlier this week, there's a lot of tight bonds and teams. Teammates that have been together for quite a while, seniors or whatnot. This will be the last time that Marissa and Jackie play together, Jackie being the senior. These two are usually this team, this Providence team, is the most balanced team in the state. Not necessarily this year. The Horning sisters have dominated.
I mentioned the crowd. Nice crowd on hand as they have been all day long. This is the third match of the day. We have already crowned the Class A champions. Lake Central Catholic lost to Christian Academy. And then Wapahani picked up the 2A championship. And Wapahani, you had a couple of good years there.
A couple. Three to mention. I loved it. I teared up when they won. So it was wonderful to watch.
And it never gets old, does it?
No.
So we're getting ready now for the teams to take to their respective benches. 3A championship game. We mentioned Yorktown is it's funny because they list Yorktown as about 6 miles west of Muncie, but I swear to goodness you can't go out of one without going into the other. They are literally one and the same.
They are attached. They're attached. And that is going to be interesting to see. Providence, their greatest strong suit may be their fan base. They'll be challenged today because Yorktown's got everybody from the city here.
Now, Providence won this thing last year. So they're defending champion. How does that play into the situation at all?
Providence has been here 4 straight years. They've done nothing but win over the last 4 years. I think it's a huge deal. I think getting comfortable quickly on this stage is important, and that's what I referenced with Mackenzie Knuckles with Yorktown. They're a winning program, but they haven't been here. And as Steph alluded to, Jared, it always feels like the first time. And so Providence does have a little edge there.
And for Yorktown, they won it all back in 2011. I'm not sure if that'll carry over, but at least the kids on the squad have something to make a reference to.
Well, winning cultures are winning cultures. You're going to see that throughout this match. I've said all week long, I think this is the match to watch, just because 2 great, energetic coaches and 2 very well-coached teams.
So just to set the color scheme, that'll be the Yorktown squad right there. Their school colors are Kelly green and white. And Providence will be in the blue, and Providence will open up the game serving from left to right. So we're set to go now for the 3A title game. And as Mike points out, this ought to be one heck of a game. We got a couple of pretty equal squads here. In fact, all 8 of the teams that have come in here today have been very, very equal in their abilities. And the first point of the match will go over to Yorktown.
Ryan Neal right off the bat. Ryan Neal is not going to hammer balls. You won't see a lot of balls hammered by Yorktown, but they will hit shots all day long. Ryan Neal is very important for this team today.
Yorktown last year was 30-7. They lost to Indianapolis Cathedral 3-0 in the 4A regional. Cathedral, of course, moving ahead to the runner-up spot last year and will be in the 4A championship game. And what a story that is. That'll be something that Mike and I will expound upon. 9-1.
Something else we're going to expound upon is that you're going to see a lot of long rallies today. both of these teams are very defensive-minded, and so whichever team starts to get the edge winning long rallies is going to win this match. First blood goes to Providence, long rally.
And it's out. Point over to Providence, 2-1. Providence. Their leading hitter is number 12, Marissa Horning. This is one of the Hornings that Mike talked about a couple of moments ago. She leads the club in kills with 445. A good block up front right at the net. And the puck will nonetheless go over to Yorktown.
You see Olivia Reed went up and just ripped it off the outside hand of the blocker. You'll see right here, Reed, very quick jump. Blocker kind of floating out and takes advantage of this Hornet.
This Yorktown ball club was ranked number 1 preseason-wise in their particular class, and they finished the season in that very same spot. Never left the number 1 spot all year long, ranking-wise. Set up Levette, good defensive play, though. And long, and it just barely caught the baseline. And for the point to Providence.
Another long rally. I don't think that all day long we've been seeing teams come out here and just got guys just thumping balls. You're going to see a lot of guys picking and choosing here. This is going to be National League Baseball here. They're going to squeeze people around.
You see Claire Shannon ready to serve now when she serves into the net. And again, as we always do, rally scoring. You score a point on every service. Play to 25, win by 2. If it goes to the 5th set, which the Class A did, you got to play to 15 and win by 2. Good defensive look that time with kick. Avila.
That is a beautiful shot here. Jackie Orna showing her age right there. Goes up and turns that ball back off the block. She deliberately hits this ball out of bounds off the blocker. You see as she turns her shoulders. That's called a tool shot, and that was as good as it could be done.
4-3 Providence. Left of your screen, dark uniforms. To the right, Yorktown to the green and black. Good save with the libero deep that time for Yorktown. And another nice save by Providence. This one goes back over and set up with the baseline deep area. Oh, nice play. Very well executed.
And that's what I'm talking about. A little dink and dunk game going on here. These guys are going to hit shots all day long. You saw a great rundown play by Jade York. A continued rally, won by a little, just a smart shot. This is going to be an intellectual battle.
Serving down for Yorktown. This is the young lady we talked about, Mackenzie Knuckles. 5'7", only a freshman. Point Yorktown. 5-4 Tigers.
Swing by Miss Avila, who's going to be moving on to Ball State. She would be a libero for any other team in the state. On this team, she's forced to be an outside hitter. That's a beautiful shot.
Knuckles on to serve now for Yorktown. Good block up at the net, right in front of us here. The right at court side, right at the net. And the point goes over to Yorktown. What makes Knuckles so special, Mike?
Just, well, she's explosive for one, but just her entire game. She handles the ball. She moves well without the ball. She's really become a student of the game. You'll see her impact the game from 5 or 6 different spots.
At that young age.
Yes. Here she is out of the back row. And like I said, they rely on her quite heavily.
How much will her game change when she rotates to the front row at all?
It will a little bit. You know, she's not going to be nearly as aggressive defensively up there because she's not a big blocker. But she can impact the game from 20 feet back or from 2 feet back, and that's what makes her special.
6'5" Yorktown. This is one of the things that I even as a novice enjoy. Mike, she saw the opening deep left corner and took advantage of it.
That is a Yorktown special right there. Mimi Arrington, beautiful set, but you will see all day long they'll throw the corners of the court out of the middle. So you'll see them, they'll tip more balls than they'll hit out of the middle of the court. And all day long they'll throw that corner.
Right there.
All day. And if they don't find a way to stop that, if Providence doesn't seal that off, this could be a fast night.
So what's happened defensively? How come there's nobody there?
Well, they're going up and drawing the defender in. See the setter raises her hands up. The right back got burned, didn't release.
Here comes Providence again. They're down 8-5, and a good save that time by Yorktown. McKenzie.
It's like a little shooting gallery.
Oh, my
here.
goodness. That was Kendall Muir.
No, she got a tough-nosed kid. That was a shooting gallery. Hornon going up, giving it a ride twice. They're going to get contested on every single swing, Jerry.
Lexi Libbs, one of the starters, 5'10", a junior for the Providence team.
Beautiful shot. And like the answer, the cannons with the cap guns, but it doesn't matter as long as it finds the floor, and that's a great shot by Miss Avila.
And Cheyenne Brooks had absolutely no chance to do anything with that particular shot that time. 9-6 your score, playing at 25, winning by 2. They set it up on the left side and then swing it back into the middle, and they found the open spot this time.
Well, Marissa Hornon, she's going to be quite a player, Jerry. Youngster, 10th grader, and 445 kills. They ride her. And they're going to need her today to be really an impact player.
One of the Horning sisters, that's Marissa. You see she's the outside hitter, only a sophomore, 5'10". And makes a mistake on the serve, and the point goes back over to Yorktown.
Well, Yorktown makes you take chances. They don't make any errors, and so there's constant pressure on you. And then you've got to go after the serve every time to be on these guys.
Nice dig that time deep by Jade York. Another good-looking effort that time by Bella Rosenthal to no avail. And it's a 10-8 match. First match, best of 3. Or best of 4, I should say. Best of 5 necessarily could be. 10-8 score, Yorktown. Oh, that's a bullet. There's just not much that you could do on a shot like that, and very quickly Olivia Reed goes out of the lineup as they make the substitutions into the front row. You saw number 3, Kendall Muir, coming in there.
Well, one of the things about Yorktown, because they are diminutive, they're small, they will come at you fast. No one faster than Olivia Reed, the young lady you just saw serve. She is the fastest of their attackers off the ground.
Mark James made reference to the Parika name in football. I swear to goodness, there must be 150 of Parikas in the football world out there. And every time I see one of them, I always reference, how many more are there? Well, this is Terry, graduate of Providence High and Xavier University. Interesting story on Terry. She was originally hired on an interim basis. They brought her in and said, okay, we're going to keep you till we find somebody. This is her 17th year. They're not looking very hard, are they?
That's a pretty good interim. I wouldn't look hard either.
No.
She's as good a person as she is a coach, and she's a great coach.
Has a record of 457 wins and 166 losses. That's just remarkable. There's Providence, way down to the southern Indiana area. Point goes over to the Pioneers. It's done around Clarksville, between New Albany and Jeffersonville, just north of the Ohio River.
Rare ball to hit the floor here without being touched. What happened there is the block. When the block sucks in, that defender on the line has got to roll up the line to make that play. Very heady shot by Providence.
2-point lead early on in this contest. Oh, what a beautiful little touch over the middle again, and again right in that no man's area, and Providence got no answer for it. Then we'll take a timeout. 13-10 is your score in favor of Yorktown, the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
When the unexpected occurs, don't just hope you're covered. Talk to Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Want a better way to connect with friends and family around the world? Now you can with Xfinity. For the first time ever, you can talk as much as you want to nearly half the world. Call friends and family in countries like Canada, China, India, Mexico, and more, whether you're at home or on the go. You'll also get unlimited nationwide talk and text, so you'll save on your wireless plan. Start saving with Xfinity Voice from Comcast for just $19.99 a month for 12 months. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit Xfinity.com today.
Life's too short to drive a car you hate. Get a car you love at drivehubler.com, because Hubler is the dealer that helps the people. For over 50 years, the Hubler family has helped Hoosier families get approved. We have over 40 eager lenders ready to approve you. Then shop certified used vehicles starting at $49.95, all with a 2-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Let Hubler help you now. Click drivehubler.com or call 1-888-377-5588.
Come in, click, or call. Hubler has it all.
There's a look at the Yorktown Tigers profile. See down at the bottom, third finals appearance in 5 years. They won it all in 2000, beating Cathedral. And then 2011, they beat Chittard. Kenneth Jones was the head coach back in 2000. Stephanie Bloom, who's on your screen, is the coach who was also with this club in 2011. They went 36-2 in 2000 and 37-2 in 2011. And right now, Yorktown is up 13-10 in the first set.
Nice high swing on the outside there. And that's what Providence is going to have to get a string in front, a string of points together. They got to have a run at some point, Jerry, to get back in this thing. Right now, the consistency of Yorktown is limiting him to one and dones.
Providence on the serve. Again in the dark uniforms to the left of your screen. On the serve, Anna Wingate. And a little miscommunication on the part of the Tigers that time.
And that's rare. That is extremely rare. Very good serve. Obviously, Wingate throws the ball in the gap between two guys, but you get as good a libero as there is in the state. Jade York and Ryan Neal, quality ball handler, just didn't talk.
Wingate with 16 aces on the year for the Tigers, or for the Pioneers. Well, that play at the net has not changed over the years, Mike. When you and I have done these games together, if you've got somebody up there that's strong and put it right back in your face, that's so important.
Well, that's a physical block. I mean, isn't young? That's a small block, but I tell you what, those guys got off the deck and just put that ball. That ball was blocked right back off of Murr.
Another one, right at the net again. Another beautiful block.
Well, Libs really got off the deck. Libs is very impressive. You see, this is a swing block. See how she swings her arms out and back in. Just a blocking technique, and allows her to get a little extra height. And she needed all of it there, and she finished that, baby.
Second on the ball club in blocks with 111. Mia Fujiru was number 1 with 151, if you're wondering, by the way. Number 9 for Providence. Beautiful job by Yorktown just to keep it alive and try to set up some kind of defense which will turn into their offense.
This is why you buy a ticket, Jerry. This is an incredible rally.
This you called it early. You said there'll be some long rallies. We're in the middle of one right now.
You're going to see it all day long. I could have gone to the restroom during this.
Pioneers have regained the lead, 14-13. At this point, just taking forever, and it is out.
And that is a massive point. And a lot of times in coaching, you'll say that's worth 2. And you're going to see a timeout called here. I guarantee it. There it is.
If there is the timeout,
that is a backbreaker.
This last point just went on forever. Mike said early on, we're going to have a lot of long rallies. This one went on for a long time. Well, the big deal here is at some point, one of these two teams is going to start challenging the line. As long as they're hitting cross court, this game could take 5 hours. On that replay, Mike, you see how close that was to being in? I mean, we're talking a couple of inches here. Yeah, Terry didn't make it look like it was that close. Here's a look at the team profile for the Providence Pioneers. I mentioned they were runner-ups back in 2012 to Wapahani. Club that coached by my partner here. They won it all in 13 and 14. 13, they beat Hammond Knoll. 2014, a winner over Southwood. They went 36-4 in 2013, 33-3 in 2014. Terry Perica, head coach of all 3 of those runner-up and championships. This is a co-ed Catholic school down in Clarksville, Indiana, in the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Indianapolis. They first opened the school back in 1951. It's been around for a while. Very small school. 15-13, Providence with the lead.
There's the speed that Steph Bloom alluded to earlier, and how quickly they get back into the middle of the court. You know, and Hornon goes up and takes a rip at it. Right now, I said earlier, well, 13-10, I said they needed a run. They're on a 6-point run right now, Drew.
Yeah, they were down by a 13-10 score. And now the point will go over to Yorktown. I mentioned the size of the school, and you say, well, how come they're playing in 3A? They moved up to 3A this year. Preseason ranked number 2, and the final ranking was number 2. So you've got the two best ball clubs, at least on paper, and at least ranking-wise, playing for the state championship, and that's the way it ought to be.
These are definitely the best two teams. We had a show, and we called it early before the season started. I said these two teams would play each other. They're by far the best. Great bump set and a better block.
Ryan Neal had the shot at the net and had come right back at her.
Yeah, those guys put a roof on her there. She had nowhere to go. It's like stepping into a closet, swinging. You all see Libs just setting in her face. It's a beautiful block. Libs really impacting this game at the net right now.
So we're up 17-15, they being Providence.
I will tell you early in this game, one thing I did not expect, Lexi Libs, the little setter, number 23, she sat on the bench. He's been a JV setter for the last couple of years because of how good the setter was in front of her. She right now is the best player on the floor.
While she was sitting, she was learning, I'll tell you that.
She was learning an awful lot. She's teaching now.
18-15 score on a big run now by Providence. And another one of those great little digs that time by the libero to keep it alive. You see Yorktown in it now. The point goes over to Providence. And they're up 19-50. You talked about a run like they're on one now.
Oh, that is, and this is a great timeout. You got Rocky and the crew over there. Their dads are all fired up. I feel like I'm Rocky 1 through 6 when I look over at that crowd.
We've had good crowds all day, and you can never tell how big the crowd is, Mike, because they're coming and going all day long.
Oh yeah, but it's an amazing event. The sport is so big in this state. It's incredible.
And the one thing that I noticed, and that's a perfect example, how many of the guys come out to back the girls, and you can just about bet there's some football players involved.
Well,
here.
you know, remember you said that the last time these guys lost was when we beat them when I was at Wapahani. The moment that match ended, I walked over to those fathers and told them they were the most prolific group of fan fathers I've ever met in my life. They're frightening. They can change the game a little bit.
Well, the young girls get emotional, and you talked about that, especially early on in a match where there's so much on the line. And as you pointed out for the Knuckles girl, for instance, she's not been at this level before.
Oh, no.
So anything that the crowd can do to impart upon them some kind of positive or a negative situation has a great impact on them.
Well, when's the last time Knuckles was in a match where a bunch of middle-aged men were wearing boxing gloves swinging around?
And you're on Fox Network, by the way. 19-15, the Pioneers have come roaring back. They were down by 3 points a few moments ago, and they have come storming back to take a 4-point lead in the first set of this first match. And here's the point again for Providence, and now they're just 5 away.
Well, they're going to need Avila early in this match. Started off on fire, 4 kills in her first 5 swings, and it kind of slowed her down a little bit. Those extra guys, the third and fourth hitters are going to have to really do some damage. Yorktown's going to get back in.
Lips makes one of those rare mistakes with a long serve over the baseline. And so finally, for the first time in a long time, Yorktown moves the scoreboard. 20-16 right now.
Got Olivia Reed for being in the net. That's one of the things when you run a very fast offense into the middle of the court, you're going to have a lot of guys reaching. That time, Olivia must have gotten a little bit of the net.
Here's Marissa. It's in.
That is an absolute beautiful shot. You got 30 feet of court, and I will tell you, Jackie Hornan just used 30 feet.
she got all of it, I'll tell you.
That was spectacular. He couldn't place it any better than that.
6-point lead now for Providence. First set, 3A championship. Worthington Arena, Ball State University, Muncie, Indiana. And this one goes straight up, comes straight down. Point goes over to Yorktown.
I tell you, Jerry, what I see right now is that Providence is playing Yorktown's game, but a little bit better than they do it. They're defending, they're fighting every point. This is going to be an interesting battle.
Rosenthal on the serve. Blocked to the net and back into the body of one of the Providence ladies. So the point goes over to Yorktown, and here they come now.
They're going to have to come now. 22-18, they've got to double up on points. So if there's going to be a run in this Yorktown group, it's got to be right now. And you're going to see Reed do that all day long, Jerry. On that ball, Reed just got up first, and she just gets her hand on it and throws the ball. She's going to push balls around all day long. If you watch her in the middle of the court, she's going to go up and just flip it over to the right. Boom. If you don't get up and block, she's just going to take advantage of it. She's not going to hit a lot of balls, but she will throw it all day long. You saw her earlier throw to the deep corner. She will constantly attack the setter side or the right side of the court.
Mike, that's his court vision, correct?
Yeah, that's her strong suit. And she's a 5'7" kid that happens to play in the middle of the court, and she's got to rely on her head because she's not going to get off the ground much higher than anybody else.
You may recall Yorktown a year ago had the Gatorade Indiana Player of the Year, Emily Wolford. Pretty hard to replace somebody like Emily.
Well, I was blessed enough to coach Emily, and Emily was an incredibly spectacular player and a phenomenal human being. Father works for the NCAA. I mean, as good a people as you'll ever meet. So, yeah, they have replaced her, and they just continue to bring out good people. That's one of the Steph Bloom traits.
Yorktown members, if you saw earlier, the Hoosier Heritage Conference. Kyle Hall, the athletic director, Stacey Brewer, the principal, Dr. Jennifer McCormick is the superintendent of the school system. And here we go now. 22-19 in favor of Providence. Man, what a save that time by Avila. You can hear the thumping clear over here.
I don't know if Avila had a save on that or was saving herself. That was kind of a protection move. Hornet just blasted that ball. Great read by her, but couldn't quite reel it in.
Turns over Shannon. 23-19 in favor of Providence, first set. Point goes over to Providence. Carry.
Double hit. Bella Rosenthal just didn't quite get her feet to the ball, and the ball came out bad. Set point.
Set point down once again for Providence. Shannon will serve. Trying to get this first set. A bullet. Save. Pushed back over, and another great left-handed save by Yorktown. Saved at the net. And this one is out. Point Yorktown to stay alive.
I tell you what's amazing, Jerry. This Yorktown team, I said early in the season, maybe the best defensive team that I've ever seen in the state of Indiana. But I'll also tell you right now, Providence is going toe-to-toe with them. I am amazed at the defensive ability on the court right now.
And there's the point. It is in. That gives the first set down to the Pioneers of Providence. 25-20 is the score in the first set. Providence over Yorktown. Second set is coming up in just a moment on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by our friends at Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
I chose a hands-on education.
The education I need to reach my goals.
I chose a college that's affordable.
That challenges me.
where instructors put their students first.
I chose a college that offers online classes.
I chose a college that leads to a great career.
That prepared me for a career in nursing.
I am a problem solver.
I am the future.
I am.
I am.
I am.
I am.
I am Ivy Tech Community College.
Classes start soon. Complete a free application today.
Hey, George Hill.
Hey, how are you today?
Wow, this is great. A Pacers debit card.
Yeah, I use my Pacer card everywhere I go. It's just one of the many reasons I choose Indiana Members Credit Union.
Man, I need to get one of those.
Anybody can get one. Just head down to your local IMCU branch and walk out with your new card.
Thanks, Mr. Hill. Wow, literally anybody can get one.
Show your Pacers pride and get your Indiana Members Credit Union card today.
Marsh, fresh food, fresh ideas, fresh prices.
The 44th Annual IHSAA Volleyball State Finals are brought to you by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, presenting broadcast sponsor of the IHSAA Champions Network, and by the following: Methodist Sports Medicine, the orthopedic specialists. By Wilson Sporting Goods, the official ball of IHSAA Sports. By Indiana Members Credit Union, keeping it simple. Menards, save big money at Menards for all your home improvement needs. Ivy Tech Community College, reach your goal at Ivy Tech. And thanks also to these valued supporters of IHSAA championships.
Well, the first set belongs to Providence, and things are kind of hectic. We really jumped into this thing going full gear, full speed ahead. Really didn't get a chance to intro Greg Rakestraw, who's along the sideline right now.
Jerry, thank you very much. And this may seem old hat for Providence. They've got 6 seniors that, in theory, this class has now been here 4 years in a row. But really, it's only Audrey Shannon and Jackie Horning that have played all 4 years. The other 4 seniors, this is really their only opportunity to get playing time in a state championship game. And that is doubly true for seniors Allison Bass and Mandy Barney. Bass injured her knee, missed almost all of last season. Barney had a thumb injury and missed the last 3 rounds of the postseason a year ago. So for those selected seniors, Jerry, this is both a first and a last chance to play in a state championship, and clearly after one set, they're making the most of it.
It's interesting because you look at, as Greg points out, Providence has a number of seniors. Yorktown has only 3 seniors on their entire roster.
Extremely young team. But you know what? Every year Providence has a lot of seniors. It's just, you know, they just constantly filter guys through. Now this Yorktown team is, I think they're going to be good for several years. You just alluded to the fact they're young, but their best players are young.
You see, they got the freshmen, a couple of freshmen, Mackenzie Knuckles and Kylie Moore, which we have talked about, both freshmen, and they're getting some significant playing time. Got a couple of sophomores. And as I pointed out, only 3 seniors on the entire roster. Second set, Providence moves to the right side of your screen. To the left side, of course, Yorktown. And the first point goes to Yorktown. How important, Mike, from a coaching standpoint, from a playing standpoint, was winning that first set?
Massive. Massive. You know, that was one of the things I was looking at Providence. You know, it would have been interesting to see how they'd react to getting beat. You haven't been beaten forever. And you want to draw first blood. You want to be the first guy on.
I'm really impressed with the power of both these ball clubs right now.
Well, I tell you, you got to be impressed with the power of the Horning sisters. Right now, they've got 11 kills and no errors between the 2 of them. We talked about them being a key to this match. They're playing perfect volleyball right now, Jerry.
Providence serving once again. That is Audrey Shannon, the 5'4" senior. Points to Yorktown. Any numbers jump out at you, Mike?
Well, the Hornet sisters. 11 kills, no errors. I thought that was huge. I also, Knuckles with only 2 kills. You know, Yorktown's going to have to move her around and get her away from this defense so she can free some shots up.
At the net, point to Yorktown as they sent the big bodies up there that time. Mackenzie Knuckles, one of those up there. There she is right there on your screen. Knuckles, 5'7", a freshman. 354 kills. That's a lot for a 5'7" freshman.
It's a lot for a freshman. It's even more for a 5'7" kid. But the key right now is she's got 2. And they need more out of her if they're going to get out of this thing alive. This Providence team is really coming after them.
Substitution now for Providence. Claire Shannon, 5'4" senior, will come in to do the serving for the Pioneers. A bullet by Jackie Hornum.
Remember we were talking about speed. This ball that Libs threw out, if you watch the ball, Libs just gets rid of the ball so fast. That ball never gets over the top of the antenna. So it's shot out to the outside hitter before the block had even set up.
Tied at 3. And once again, that's at least the 3rd time, Mike, we've watched Yorktown find that little open area and just take it over the net.
That's Reed. It's Reed, Olivia Reed, over and over. She just goes up, and if you give up a spot, you can't cover all 900 square feet. You leave it open, she'll find it. Yet again, another rally. Rosenthal back-to-back big-time plays. Look at that. I will tell you what's happened, though. Every long rally in this game, though, has been won by Providence. And this, Mia just goes up, blasts that ball. That's a beautiful shot.
What's happening, Mike? What gives them the advantage in this long rally?
I will tell you, this team has played great competition all year long. You're talking about a team that's battled Cathedral and everybody else. These guys have seen good volleyball, and they're not going to back off. They're used to long rallies.
Providence 36-3. One of the good things for Providence, they didn't get stuck in a traffic jam this time. The story we got was that they got stuck in 2 traffic jams in Cincinnati on the way to Lawrenceburg for Tuesday's regional. And then, to top it all off, Coach Perica turned in the wrong lineup sheet.
Well, that happens. You know, when you could have that kind of ugliness go on and still win, so you're doing something right.
Happening good. Yeah. You ever turned the wrong sheet in?
I have not, but I have got stuck in a lot of traffic.
Haven't we all? But it turned out okay because they came out with a win in that regional at Lawrenceburg in straight sets. 25-12, 14-3. Tied at 5, now 6-5. Tigers take the lead again. Mike, it's imperative. They got to do something here.
Well, they do, and it starts with their service game. Yorktown generally puts a lot of service pressure on people. They're not doing that. You know, they have one ace in the game, but for the most part, Providence has passed every ball right to target. Once there's another perfect pass. Any ball that is passed into that Cardinals head right now on your television set. They pass the first contact in there. That's a perfect pass. That's happening way too much. Yorktown has got to force these guys 10 feet off the net so they can slow down that offense.
So Stephanie Bloom at the far sideline. We talked a lot about Mackenzie Knuckles and her ability as in the kills total. She is also second on the team in aces with 37. There she is. These are her numbers up to this point of the game. 8-5 now. Yorktown now 8-6. Not a bad serve that time by McKenzie.
Well, oddly enough, you know, this is how Yorktown has won most of their games this year. Their consistency puts so much pressure on you to feel like you have to do more, and you find your way into errors. Tonight, that's really what's happening to Yorktown. Providence is the consistent team. So what you see there, great serve creates service pressure. The great serve, she serves Ryan Neal. The ball's passed poorly. We get a free ball out of it. Providence, that is a free ball, and Providence kicks that ball out. Remember I said it never goes over the top of the antenna. Libs just shoots that thing to the antenna, and it's tough to defend.
Yorktown is a great play.
Yorktown fighting for their life right here. This Providence team is really yo-yoing them around, and they win yet another long rally.
So, Mike, let me get this straight. That serve is not just to get it over the net. It is designed to put it in a specific quadrant of the court with the ensuing offense or defense to develop from that.
Libs is working the far left corner, working on Neal right there again. They found something they like, and they're pushing it. And right now, Yorktown's in a little bit of trouble on that serve receive because what they're trying to do is force Neal out of the offense. She's the outside hitter. If you notice, they're serving her deep every single ball. Libs will go back there again. There it is. And they score again.
So they're taking notice of who is where on the other side of the net.
Yes.
And as far as where you want to deliver that serve.
Yeah, and they found a chink right there. Ryan Neal's struggling a little bit, and they're going to work on it until she just gets out of the hole.
So it's 10-9 now in favor of Providence. The Pioneers 36-3 over the regular season. Mike, they lost only 11 sets in the entire regular season. So they're used to winning. And there's nothing better to come to a tournament on that kind of an attitude.
I made the comment earlier this week that their 57 straight set win streak at the state championships would come to an end. And all they did was now move that to 58. And now, based on the run I'm watching right now, they may be running to 59.
Very impressive stuff. The history on this Providence team, they've won 30 sectionals, 11 regionals, 5 semi-states, and as I mentioned, a couple of the championships. Keep in mind, the semi-state play began in 1982, but was not part of the state tournament format between 1998 and 2009, so those numbers don't really reflect the quality of the club during that particular span of time. Providence last year, as I mentioned, the 2A state champion. 2A, they were 33-3, and with that that success factor, they moved up to 3A. This is a little reminiscent, Mike, if you will, of the first set when Yorktown had a 3-point lead, and all of a sudden it just went the other way, went south on it.
Same thing here again, another run of points by Providence.
This is long. And 10-9 here, so make it 11-9. 11-8, I should say. As that hit was long. And here's the serve now by Lexi Libs.
Long rally. Let's see if Yorktown can get out of this one alive.
You can hear some of the crowd counting on the far side.
There's maybe this is a turning point. It's the first long rally that they've been able to win. The thing that still Yorktown and Providence both have to exploit is the line. You've got to attack the line. Now, a lot of cross-court hit balls, and that's keeping the ball alive, but you're not scoring points.
Yorktown serving. Kind of pulled the reverse trick on them, but that time it's coming to the net real hard was Lexi Liv. Instead of pounding it, she just sort of...
I'm so impressed with Livs and the Horning sisters right now. All they're doing is scoring.
And a mistake on the serve.
And I jinxed her. I jinxed her. You know, the Horning sisters right now, 14 kills, 1 error in this match. To make that clear, Yorktown has 17 total kills in the match. Beautiful pass. Jerry, you asked me what fast when I said they play with speed. That was fast. Jackie Horning coming into the middle of the court. As fast a play as you're going to see in this tournament.
So we'll get a timeout at 13-10. Watching the IHSAA Volleyball State Championships on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
We know the task that lies ahead. Only together, as a single, powerful force, can we succeed. Player by player, we grow stronger. fan by fan, will grow louder. We are bound together by the horseshoe.
Want a better way to connect with friends and family around the world? Now you can with Xfinity. For the first time ever, you can talk as much as you want to nearly half the world. Call friends and family in countries like Canada, China, India, Mexico, and more, whether you're at home or on the go. You'll also get unlimited nationwide talk and text, so you'll save on your wireless plan. Start saving with Xfinity Voice from Comcast for just $19.99 a month for 12 months. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit Xfinity.com today.
Life's too short to drive a car you hate. Get a car you love at drivehubler.com because Hubler is the dealer that helps the people. For over 50 years, the Hubler family has helped Hoosier families get approved. We have over 40 eager lenders ready to approve you. Then shop certified used vehicles starting at $49.95, all with a 2-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Let Hubler help you now. Click drivehubler.com or call 1-888-377-5588.
Come in, click, or call. Hubler has it all.
Take a look at the tournament map for Yorktown and pay particular attention to that second match against Delta. They were actually down 2 sets to 1. They lost the first set 25-23, won the second 25-16, lost the third 25-16, and then Mike came back and won it 25-13, 15-8 against the number 6 team of the state in Delta. So they have been there. They have faced adversity.
Yeah, they're nothing like they're facing right now, though. This is an awful big stage to get in the hole on. The big key here is they've got to create some kind of service pressure. I've hit on it 3 or 4 times. That's the first time these guys have passed the ball off the net.
They beat the number 9 team in New Prairie in the Twin Lakes Semi-State. Number 16, Leo, last Saturday. And the point to Providence. Mike, I was looking back to 2009, to 2012 when you won the championship at Wapahani. You lost the first set in that particular match, 25-22. What was your attitude? What were the girls' attitude then?
Well, they came out and punched us in the mouth. We knew that they just came out and were ready to go. Terry Perica's group, they compete like animals. And so they came out and jumped all over us. But, you know, we didn't really get rattled. We just settled in and did what we do. I think that's the problem right now with the Yorktown kids. They're really a little timid. They're not serving tough. They're not really playing full speed. They're kind of scared of this team. This Terry Perica's group must be the boxing gloves. Has got these guys a little shook. That's a little roll shot. That ball's got to be ripped, Jerry. That ball is ripped.
That's beautiful.
That's the difference. You know, the Horning sisters are going up ripping on everything, and the Yorktown guys right now are just chipping and rolling, and that's not going to get them home.
So in other words, when Providence goes to the net, they have no fear.
There's
nothing coming back at them.
No, they look like Rocky. If their dads are dressed like Rocky, they're playing like Rocky.
15-12 is Providence's lead right now. You're in the second set after Providence won the first set. And right now they are on a roll and they are ripping it hard. 16-12.
No, right now they're the better team. And not close. I mean, they're dominating this match in every way possible. You can almost sense when Yorktown scores right now like a sigh of relief. There's no celebrating. It's a deep breath. That's the kind of pressure they're under right now, Jerry. This Providence team is just pushing them around.
And the sign, Mike, of a good team, I don't care what sport it is, when you've got the other team a little rocky, if you will, forgive me the play on words there, then you don't let up. You just keep pounding on them.
You know, and I don't see that coming either, because the Horning sisters just continue to rip away.
Horning sisters, number 2 is Jackie.
Great serve.
Number 12 is Marissa for Providence.
And there's another Horning kill for you. 18 kills by the Horning sisters. Keep in mind, 18 kills, 1 error for the Horning sisters. 20 kills for Yorktown's entire team. Total.
And a timeout's going to be taken now by Yorktown as they try to gather here. The last thing they want, Mike, is to go down 2 sets to none, because now you're really looking at a tough uphill climb.
the things we talked about earlier, Jerry, you talked about the Horning sisters. I mean, look at that. When you knock people down, you're doing your job. But the sisters are just blowing it up. I said sister act, but these guys, there's no act here. They are absolutely rocketing balls. And every swing is unbridled. That's the only chop shot you see in that little series. They're hitting from everywhere. If you haven't noticed, there's a kill on the right, a kill on the left, kills in the middle. And those two, I said early on, you know, sisters are hard to break up, and this is the last time these two will ever play together. I mean, that's if they're doing it, they're doing it right. Look at those numbers.
18 kills between them.
One error.
And one error.
Look at that.
Mikey, you get, I don't want to disparage anyone, but do you get a little gun shy after a while?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. And Yorktown they're a little rattled. I mean, it happens. It happens. And that's really Steph Bloom is as good as anybody in the business and figuring that out. But right now, these guys they've been hit, and they're wobbling.
They got Eye of the Tiger, which is from that Rocky movie. Here's another Rocky coming in. I'm not sure how long Sylvester can stay in shape to do Rocky movies, but he's nonetheless trying. There's a little court for Providence. Yorktown is not a bad ball club. Don't misunderstand what we're talking about right now. They're being shown how to play this game. Their only loss this year was a game at Muncie Central. That's why they're 38-1.
Yeah, Muncie Central did just this to them. They attacked relentlessly, and Hornings are doing just that.
Give you an idea how good the Yorktown team was during the season. They lost only 5 sets. I mentioned that Providence lost 11 during the regular season. Yorktown lost only 5.
Great competitive dig right there. That ball is down in any game in the state of Indiana. Not here.
It's in.
That could be a backbreaker. Audrey Shannon right here. This could be a backbreaker. That is a phenomenal play. And she makes a couple in this rally. Another big bang. The body language in this thing is not good. The Yorktown guys are really in trouble here.
20-13 your score. I hope you can hear that like we can over the microphones. Because what we're hearing is just smash mouth, if you will, volleyball.
Well, that is smash mouth right there. Yorktown's not seen anybody this fast all year long. And their hitters are getting off the floor before blockers are getting in front of them. Regardless of how good your defense is, somebody's got to slow that ball down at the net. And everything right now is Yorktown is really backpedaling. They're on their heels because they're on the defense on every ball, Jerry.
What's interesting, if you take a look at the team stats, as you look at the replay, on the year, Providence had 1,435 kills. Yorktown had 1,458. So they're so similar in numbers, but not tonight.
Well, they were similar in a lot of ways coming into this, but right now this is all about confidence. A lot of kids putting their hands out, grabbing their heads. You know, this is just going to be a game that you're going to let play out. And then Steph Bloom will use the break to try to bring these guys back together.
You can see the enthusiasm of the Providence young ladies. They're up 23-13. Got a 10-point lead in the second set. They won the first one, did Providence. Now 23-14.
A rare error by Shannon. She got jumped up on the ball a little bit. But momentum-wise, Jerry, this is unlike any momentum run I've seen at the state tournament in a couple of years.
First off, in a championship game, you don't expect any kind of this large a difference,
no.
And especially with numbers 1 and 2 teams in the state.
Absolutely. You know, we said at 13-10 that Providence need to put together a run, and from that point on, they've taken over this match.
There's a save for the point, and they get it back to within shouting distance anyway, 23-15.
And those last 2 chop shot kills, this is just a little chop. She just goes up and puts this baby in play. Those are huge points. Keep in mind, these guys were down 23-13, getting ready to be run out of the building. You got to slow this thing down if you're Yorktown. You got to give these guys a chance to cool off.
Let me just say it, pure and simple. There ain't no answer for that shot.
No, Hornung's not cooling down. That's her 12th kill. 20 between the 2 sisters. Unreal.
24-15, so set point right now for Providence. Oh, they have been really impressive.
Going back after Neal in that corner, they've obviously saw something they like.
Here it is.
That was impressive. That's as impressive a game as I've seen played on this floor in a long, long time. Terry Perikas gets, we're ready to go right off the shoot. You see right here, once again, block sets up. The block is interesting. Our guys aren't used to this, and they're floating out. Great block. Warning.
When the unexpected occurs, don't just hope you're covered. Talk to Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
It's 220 years of search, and this may be the culmination of it.
There's an object down there that looks like human remains.
If you fall in there, you're going to die.
Abort the dive.
Get into your local Central Indiana Chevy dealer today and find more than you expect for less than you imagined. Chevrolet, find new roads.
Life can get messy, so it helps to have a partner you can trust. More than just health insurance, MHS knows you can't always prepare for the unexpected. Having the right health insurance for you and your family is the best way to stay protected when life's little messes start to happen. Finding health insurance shouldn't be stressful. Visit MHSIndiana.com today to find a health plan that's right for you. MHS, complete coverage, completely affordable.
Back at Muncie, 2-0 the advantage for Providence to the first two sets, going to set number 3. Let's talk, though, about the head coach for Yorktown and Stephanie Bloom. Since the last time Stephanie led Yorktown to the state championship game, they have had 2 wonderful additions to her family, Grace and Griffin. Griffin came at the beginning of last volleyball season, and to show you the passion that Stephanie has for volleyball, the contraction started to kick in during one of the first practice sessions of the year. So her coaches started charting, not shots, but contractions. And after an hour, let me say that again, an hour of charting said contractions, she said, you know what, maybe it's time to get to a hospital. She missed the first 3 matches of last year, caught that 3rd match on an online broadcast, says, I cannot watch this again. I have to go be on the sideline with my team. Her return was swift. Family's doing great. Unfortunately, her team's not doing so great right now, Jerry, down 2-0.
Yeah, it's interesting, Greg, that she went through that whole process about which you were speaking, and she said after practice ended, she delivered the baby 5 hours later. Now, that's cutting a little tight.
Well, that's Steph Bloom. That's Steph Bloom.
You know what I've discovered over the years, you and I working together? You volleyball people are a strange group of folks.
Well, I tell you what, she's had a great deal of, both these coaches have an incredible amount of success. I don't think people understand those that care more, work more, are going to get more.
Hey,
these two guys just outwork, outcare, and then subsequently get more than most.
I'm always fascinated when I hear a fan or somebody say, how come they always win? Well, there are numerous reasons why they, whoever they are, always win, and this is one of them right here.
Well, sweat's part of that equation always. And, it's going to be interesting. We talk about work. Yorktown's got their work cut out. Looking at the stats, Jerry, the Horning sisters, 21 kills, 1 error on 42 swings. That's roughly they're hitting 500%. I've talked years past with you. If you hit anywhere above 300 is the benchmark. It's just like baseball. You hit 300, you're a stud. 500 is off the charts. And for those two sisters to be doing that in this arena is remarkable. I don't know if Yorktown beats them if they can't slow those two down significantly. Not a little bit, significantly.
I was looking down the list of the percentages you're talking about. Like, there are any number of players on the Providence roster that are hitting 50%.
No, that's amazing.
So the third set, and this is absolutely imperative if you're a Yorktown Tiger fan, because they are down 2 sets to 1. They lost the first set 25-20, lost the second set 25-15, and in both instances there was a similarity there, Mike, where Yorktown played well for the first, let's say, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 points.
Yeah, and a lot of it has to do with Knuckles goes the back row. I think that they've got to get Knuckles on track. They got to move her around, as we talked about.
Well, that was a terrific save deep that time by Jade York, the 5'4" senior for Yorktown. But unfortunately for the Yorktown squad, the point goes over to the other side into Providence's hand, and we're tied at 1. And that's in. That's a good point.
Kendall Murr may be the emotional energy of this team. You see her back to serve right now, kind of a fighter. You watched her on this kill. You know, bangs at that great shot, turns and just unleashes. She may be their catalyst if they're going to get it done.
Olivia Reed into the lineup now for the Yorktown squad. Beautiful little shove over the net. Good save deep that time by Knuckles.
Needed to stay on her feet on that defensive play. When she fell, the ball went over the net. But super long rally again. A lot of people thought this ball hit the floor. I don't know. It looked like a pancake from here by Libs. Then a long rally. And once again, a long rally won by a Hornet.
Tied at 2. I think she got over the net that time.
Just a little wide string. She clotheslined herself trying to get to that ball. Great effort.
Mia Fujiru, 5'11" junior, who leads the team, by the way, in blocks with 151 coming into this championship contest. There's another good block of the net, that time by Yorktown.
Another long rally. Yeah. Yorktown needs long rallies to get back in this. We said they haven't won many, but the last set there weren't nearly as many. They just got butchered. Now this may be the key to the match right here for Yorktown. They've got to win this point.
And they didn't.
Right on key. Fujiru, what she does is block, and Hornet just camped on her. You'll see right here, great setup on the block by number 9, Fujiru. Hornet steps in to help out. Like I said, this team is really prepared. Karika's may have outdone herself today.
Jackie with 360 kills is second on the squad. She also has 79 blocks to her credit. This point is in, and the point goes over to Yorktown.
Well, one of the things you're seeing, the two things I think Yorktown has to do, they don't have a choice now. Knuckles has got to be moved around. You're going to have to move her and make them chase her, and you're going to have to attack the line. You just saw that kill down the line, and there was an earlier one by Murr.
4-3 your score. Tigers of Yorktown out in front. Now we're going to have a tie at 4. I don't know the television is doing it justice. I'm not sure that you folks watching at home get the feel of what Mike and I get right here at courtside. But these are just bullets coming across that net.
They're ripping balls. You know, they're smaller players, which is unusual, but man, it is quick, and the ball is coming down fast.
Wingate to serve now for Providence. Terrific effort that time with the libero for Yorktown at didn't work out that way. Jade York did a good job of trying to get to it. She has the team lead in digs with 555 on the season.
Had a spectacular year. She's going to have a little spectacular play here to get them back in this.
5 for the Pioneers. And this is pretty much like what we've seen in the first two, and that's going to be 6-4.
Well, what you're seeing is Yorktown is very soft attack. A lot of tips, a lot of roll shots, and every single time the ball is swung by on Providence, they're bombing balls.
Now you have seen both these clubs play during the regular season. Are you seeing anything different right now?
I think Providence is playing a little better defensively than what I anticipated. But it's the physicality, I thought. They're fast and they're aggressive.
Are you surprised?
Yes. And I tell you, the Hornet sisters, there's nothing. I could ruin the night for everybody. The Hornet sisters, between the two of them, are 1 kill behind Yorktown. 24 kills, 1 error.
To this point.
Now, what those two are doing is remarkable.
To this point, Mike, you and I have worked together a number of years. To this point, is this maybe one of the best team efforts we've seen?
Yes. But the matches you and I have done, this is by far the best team effort. And we're going to use that team in a couple different ways. As a guy who has 5 brothers, I believe in sibling teams. Hornet sisters with 25 kills. It's beautiful. But Terry Perica's squad right now, everybody is doing what they're supposed to be doing.
And they are up 7-5 in the third set. Now there's another point down for Horning. Providence and Horning on it. What's happening here, Mike, is they're also getting mentally stronger as this match is going on. They have realized with 24 kills between the sisters, okay, we've got a double-barreled shotgun at our disposal anytime we want it.
And they're moving them all over the place. That's the difficulty now. Is they're just, Yorktown's having to chase them. They're the ones setting the tone.
That's out.
That's a rare error.
You used the phrase setting the tone, Mike, and I get a sense that the Providence Ball Club set the tone early in this match.
They did at 13-10, trailing 13-10. They flipped everything, and it started with their service pressure, and it's continued with their aggressive attitude.
Yeah, they were down 13-10 and came back and won 25-20 in that first set. Second set, similar to the first set in the respect that early on, Yorktown they were very competitive, as they are right now at 8-7. And it just seems like whatever the Providence team needs it, they just come back and get points in a bunch.
I'm just not sure that Yorktown is physical enough on the pins, on the outside left and right side blockers, physical enough to contend with the Horning sisters and Bass. Those guys are just bombing away on them.
Here's Marissa Horning serving. Showing up at the net and managed to keep it alive on the Yorktown side, to the right side of your screen. Nice block again. Good backline play that time. That caught her right in the head, did it not?
I think Mimi Arrington got her hands up, thankfully. Man, Marissa Hornet just gives this a ride. Boom.
Arrington, they kind of knocked her off her feet for a moment.
That was a shot. Yep, called double hit on Mimi Arrington. Got her hands. There's just too many empty swings for Yorktown, meaning there's just too many balls being tipped over, thrown over, rolled over, bumped over. Not enough aggressive swings to compete right now.
This to me right
There's another empty swing.
This is a danger zone. You're down by 4.
Well, this could be your match.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to swing.
Strike goes into the net. The point goes up to Providence. They're up 12-7.
Well, that's a big answer on the outside. I said earlier, one of the things that I think is bothering Yorktown is the block. You see, it looks like there's line, and then they drift out and in front of it. So Yorktown several times has swung back to the line, only to have a blocker drift in front of them. They're not used to seeing what's called a swing block, where blockers are drifting on it.
12-8 your score. Yorktown with the 8, serving to the 12. bullet, and it's 13-8. We get a timeout. You're watching the IHSAA State Championships in volleyball, the IHSAA Champions Television Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
You know me as the TV voice of the Indiana Pacers, but you might not know I'm a diehard Connecticut fan. As a sports enthusiast, I know the importance water plays in your health. That's why I had a Connecticut whole home water treatment system installed for my family. Our Connecticut system has been a game changer. We love our soft water, and my whole family is drinking more water. Join the Connecticut team like the Daenerys. Visit ConnecticutIndy.com for a free in-home water test. Connecticut, official sponsor of the Indiana Pacers.
Find great Black Friday deals before Black Friday at Menards. Update your roof with architectural shingles, $17.99 a bundle after rebate. This 52-inch ceiling fan, $49.99 after rebate. This Larson storm door is just $79 after rebate. Catch all the action in 4K HD with this 42-inch LED TV, $299. Get these great offers and much more during Menards pre-Black Friday sale. Hurry in. Sale ends Sunday.
It's pretty simple. That's the car she wants, and this is the price she has budgeted. The question is, can we make that happen? I'm going to get a coffee.
Your husband is a tough negotiator.
No, that's not my husband. He's my Indiana members credit union manager.
I better get my manager.
We are passionately committed to our members. We'll help you get into your new vehicle with 1.9% APR financing for auto, home, business, and more. Call or visit Indiana Members Credit Union today.
Note for all of our fans out there, whether you're a Yorktown fan or a Providence fan, you may want to stick around because I think we have a special treat for you coming up in this 4A game. Mike, would you agree? Indianapolis Cathedral, #1 in the state, #1 in the entire nation.
Should be fun.
That'll follow this game. And this particular match is getting very close to being over, the way things are going right now, because Providence has just flexed their muscle collectively. And there's one of the reasons why right there. They're just putting shots across the net that can't be handled by anybody.
Well, I think anyone who's watched the Yorktown team play all year long has got to be in shock. You can tell the crowds, they're taking the crowd down on this thing other than theirs.
I was just thinking that because during the break, I looked around the crowd behind us, and down at the end, they've got a bunch of the students down there, and they're kind of sitting here going, what in the world is going on right now?
Well, you said it's been like a clinic, and Providence is really running the show right now.
14-8, Providence out in front, third set. They win this, they win the championship. Pretty simple, huh? Yorktown is not going to quit, I will assure you of that. But right now, they've just met a bulldozer.
This may be a must-win rally for Yorktown.
Well, they're not going to get it because that's not one of those bullets.
No.
I'm just looking, Mike, at the stats. Help me here. How many errors has Providence committed? Can we?
8 total errors.
8 total in the entire match.
Yeah, they're about as clean as you can. Yep. This is as clean a match as I've ever seen a team play on this at this level.
Another point. Providence now up 16-8.
Yeah, and this is probably going to be the last time out of the season for Steph Bloom if they don't find a way to right this ship in a flat-out hurry.
All right, from a coaching standpoint, I know you're no longer coaching in high school, but you're very involved with your company and you're traveling the world. And now I'm going to put you in the coach's seat.
Well, I think
what are you going to do?
Well, I think you got to beg these guys to throw it all out there. This is right now. You got to go. Kids that have been standing down and not really bombing away with their serve better start jump serving and hitting in a hurry. Instead of going up and tipping safety shots, I think you take a good swing on people. I think the bottom line is you don't go down with your hands in your pockets. If I'm right now Steph Bloom, I'm telling our guys, you pull out all stops. There are no more soft swings. There are no more soft balls. There are no errors. Right now, there's only an opportunity, and we got to go. And it's now. I think that is the bottom line. They've been too soft.
Yeah, I did a football game last night between New Palestine and Columbus East. New Palestine known for all their scoring. They were down 7-0 at the end of the first quarter, tied at 7 at halftime. And it was kind of a shock to their system because they had not been there before. And that's, I think, the case with Yorktown right now.
100% agree.
16-8. Now 17-8.
You want to hear an interesting, as you're watching Audrey Shannon just pick them apart. Here's an interesting step for those people waiting to watch the next game. Earlier in the season, Cathedral 25-2 beats Providence. 25-2. How does that happen? As good as this Providence team is, that tells you a little something about what's coming up next.
And here's another point for Providence. 18-8. I can't say, and I don't pretend to be an expert. I just love being here with you on this thing, but I don't think I have ever seen this a match. I've seen them lopsided, you must understand. But I don't know if I've ever seen a team so dominant in a situation as right now Providence.
You know, we beat, you made reference to Providence beating this game 1. We came out, I think it was the largest point spread difference in the history of the IHSAA that we beat them at set 2 or 3, 25-4, 25-5. Horrible beating. Horrible beating when we were several years ago. 25-6.
Yep, 25-5 after losing the first set.
After we lost the first set. And that was the last time I've been involved in a match where I thought, you know, you're up against it. But right now, I've never, ever seen a Yorktown team, and all the time I've watched them over the years, ever be this bridled. And it's not necessarily because of Yorktown. It is 100% because of Providence. Terry Perica, I don't know if you could have coached a better match or set up a better game plan. And, you know, and her stars are starring. You know, when stars star, it's tough. And that's what's happened to Horning sisters. I've been unreal. Shannon in the back row, unreal. Libs has been the biggest surprise in the match for me. She's a star. But this is a great team.
As a fan, you say, what's wrong with my team? Well, it's not necessarily what's wrong with your team. It's what's going on with the other side of it.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll see how they come out. This is a shot that's long by about 10 or 12 feet. And this is turning into a blowout in this third set.
Now you're starting to play for character and pride. That's all that's measured at this point. Yorktown desperately wanted to get back in it, but this is about character and pride. There's a rare error.
One of the few errors. I just mentioned they had 8 up to a point a couple of moments ago. That's 9 or so in this entire match.
Back-to-back errors for really what may be the first time tonight. And that breathes a little life into this Yorktown squad.
Are they already counting their trip to the trophy stand?
It could very well be.
Yeah. I mean, they're kids. You can't blame them if they are. But they certainly haven't shown anything of weakness of that nature in this match. This is long. 20-10.
Still a little timid. A lot of hesitancy on the Yorktown side to just get up and swing away. And, that's been the story of the day. They came in here, they happened to be the aggressor, and they definitely didn't do that.
When the Yorktown Tigers lost their match this year to Muncie Central, they lost 25-11, 25-21 back to the 26th of September.
Jackie Horning. Horning goes up and just rips the line. The only thing, all these fathers dressed like Rocky. If you remember the Rocky movies, he was always behind until the last seconds. This thing has been out of touch for a long time now. They've bell to bell. First round to 15th, they've been in charge.
So Yorktown does stay alive. They live to battle for another point. 21-11. They're down right now. You hate to see teams this good. You hate to see either one of them lose, Mike, but especially so with the manner in which right now Yorktown can do nothing to stop this flow.
No, you know, that's a rare block, and they're building a little bit of energy, but it may be a day late, $1 short. You know, one of the neat things that Terry said in the pregame was about how quiet her team was.
Yes.
And if you watched them play tonight, they've been that team. They're steady. There's no rant and raving. They're just steady.
Service long.
Audrey Shannon marches that one out. Audrey Shannon has done a remarkable job. You know, she's the libero on this team, and you kind of lose her a little bit. But all she's done is make play after play after play.
I recall a team, and I won't mention which one it was, but a couple of 3 years ago, Mike, the coach of the team made it clear that this was not to be a fun event. You may recall this also as
I remember
it live. He said, "This is we're going to work.
It's business. Yeah,
this is business. We're not going out there to have fun." And this team got beat.
They got drilled. And
I'm not going to mention the team, but I'm thinking now. Her comment about the calmness had nothing to do with that at all.
No, it's just who they are nature-wise, and I tell you, their calmness shows on the court.
There's one of the good things that's happened so far. What you were just talking about is Ryan Neal gets the kill.
It's just a great aggressive play. I mean, this is what's been missing. Hard hit, just swinging away. They got nothing to lose at this point.
Now by 9 points, 22-13.
That is a great shot.
Great effort by Jade York to no avail. Now it's 23-13.
These guys aren't backing off. That's a big swing on the slide. Right, it comes off a 1 foot. Virus just bombs it. There's nothing you can do about that.
I was going to ask you, Mike, from a defensive standpoint, what's the answer? There isn't it. Let's try to get in the way, I guess. Yorktown still hanging in there, and they're going to get a point out of this.
Yeah, I love the energy Yorktown. And this is exactly what she was talking about in that timeout. Just let it all hang out. This is really how they needed to approach this match. So they came in a little guarded, a little protected, and it hurt them.
They're still yelling out signals, giving instructions on the right-hand side of your screen. The Yorktown Ball Club, even though they're down 23-14. Knuckles. Got it.
Another just hang and bang play. Go up and take a big swing at the ball. And we talked to you, asked earlier, these guys have been to 4 straight state championships. These guys haven't been in a while. And sometimes on this stage you get a little bit protective. You get a little guarded, and that appears to have occurred. Nothing guarded about that.
We're down to match point at 24-15. It would appear that Providence is going to win this thing, Mike. As I look down at the Yorktown right now, and as we talked earlier about their roster, only 3 seniors on the roster. Do you get a sense that this is the start of something?
I think they're going to be back, but I also tell you that I think Providence is going to be back. Only one Horning leaves, and they've got kids coming. Lexi Libbs is back. I think this team is going to be awfully good.
Yorktown keeps it alive, 24-16. It is game, set, and match point right now for Providence. The Pioneers looking to go 37-3 on the year. Yorktown battling tooth and nail just to stay in this match. And that's it.
Wow. That is a spectacular way to end this thing, and that tells you everything you needed to know from today. Everything you need. Horning with the kill down the line, just ripping it, holding nothing back, Jerry.
I don't know, Mike, that I've ever seen in the years we've been doing this together that many, I'll use the phrase strong hits, power hits, as we saw in this match.
Well, you may in the next one, I don't know, but I will tell you, you're 100% correct. Horning sisters, 33 kills between them. Yorktown 29 as a team.
And there's some of that emotion that I said would probably show up after the match, because they were talking about with Terry Perica, said their ball club was very, very calm. Take a look at this last particular point that gives Providence their 3rd ever volleyball state championship. They won it in 13, won it in 14, won it in 15. This is the IHSAA Champions Network. Volleyball presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Want a better way to connect with friends and family around the world? Now you can with Xfinity. For the first time ever, you can talk as much as you want to nearly half the world. Call friends and family in countries like Canada, China, India, Mexico, and more, whether you're at home or on the go. You'll also get unlimited nationwide talk and text, so you'll save on your wireless plan. Start saving with Xfinity Voice from Comcast for just $19.99 a month for 12 months. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit Xfinity.com today.
Quiet on the set. Pick 73. What? It's a... Saving big is no laughing matter. At the Bob Roman Auto Group, over 7,000 new and used cars online at BobRorman.com.
There's only one Bob Roman.
Celebration getting underway. Providence, your state champion. Let's swing across the court, pick up the public address announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please turn your attention to the court for the award presentations. Presenting the Middle Attitude Award on behalf of the IHSAA Executive Committee is Mike Broughton of Jennings County High School.
We would like at this time to welcome Judy Kern, insurance agent for Indiana Farm Bureau, to assist with the presentation of the Mental Attitude Award for volleyball. On behalf of Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, presenting sponsor of the IHSAA Mental Attitude Award, the IHSAA Executive Committee will award a $1,000 scholarship to the winner's school. Please join us in thanking Indiana Farm Bureau for their generous support of student athletes and high school athletics in our state. After we announce the name of the recipient, we invite her parents to join her on the court. The recipient of this award was selected by the IHSAA Executive Committee. The student was nominated by her principal and coach and excelled in mental attitude, athletic ability, scholarship, and leadership. The winner of the 2015 Mental Attitude Award for Class 3A Volleyball is Audrey Shannon, Providence High School. A check in the amount of $1,000 will be awarded to Providence High School. This money will be added to the General Scholarship Fund in the name of Audrey Shannon. Congratulations to Audrey and Providence High School.
I really like it. Like, they know they've been nominated, but they don't know they're going to win.
That's awesome.
I love their attitude.
It is awesome.
Audrey Shannon of Providence High, number 1 in her class academically, officer of her school's National Honor Society. She serves as a counselor for the New Albany Parks and Recreation Department during their summer camps. Her parents, Steve and Rosie Shannon of New Albany, gathered around her right now, and pretty soon we're going to swing out, and Greg will have a chance to chat with Audrey. 5'4", but she played like she was about 6'4" today.
I said she was the unsung hero.
All right, let's go out to the court now. Here is Greg.
Joined now by Audrey, mom and dad, Steve and Rosie. And Steve, I guess you kind of looked like Rocky a little bit more a few minutes ago. Is that an accurate statement to say? Okay. Audrey, congratulations. You just completed a career where you finished your season all 4 years in the state championship, having won the last 3. Congratulations, and what's that feeling like?
It's indescribable, but thank you, and I'm so fortunate to have this opportunity to be here.
For those that don't know, your class ranking at Providence matches the number on your jersey, number 1. How have you balanced your studies and your great play on the court?
A lot of hard work and late nights and stress.
Go enjoy this. Congratulations. For those that don't know why, he's going to play at Marshall University next year and going to study engineering. Rosie, what's going through mom and dad's mind right now?
I'd just like to thank the Providence community and this wonderful Providence volleyball program, Coach Parika, and all of Audrey's coaches that have really helped her meet her goals, and especially Coach Scott Bostock. This one's for you.
All right, guys, congratulations.
Well, let's take a look now at the Marsh moment of the match. And that's going to take us right down to the very end of the match, as a matter of fact.
Well, there was a lot of these moments.
I was going to say, we could have picked out about 25 of them.
Marissa Horning did that. It seemed like all day long. That you could pick that one moment, but sadly for Yorktown, that moment happened a lot.
That's our Marsh moment of the match tonight. Now let's go back to the PA, pick up the
Brooke Wilson,
runners up.
Kendall Murr, Ryan Neal, Darian Jackson, Olivia Reed, Jade York, Bella Rosenthal, Kinsey Knuckles, Kylie Murr, Mimi Arrington, Ellie Miller, assistant coach Jerry Owens, assistant coach Rhonda Murr, head coach Stephanie Bloom, strength coach Cody Thompson, athletic trainer Kevin McNamara, athletic director Kyle Hall, principal Stacy Brewer, and superintendent Jennifer McCormick. And now please welcome from Caston High School, Deb Stevens, as we present the state runner-up trophy and game ball to the Yorktown Tigers.
There's the runner-up trophy, and while that is nice to have and great reason to be prideful for it, Mike, I got a suspicion this Yorktown team's still in just a little bit of shock right now.
That's exactly the word I was going to use. I think a lot of the crowd is. I think that the only people not in shock are the Providence guys. They came in here with a task at hand, and their goal, obviously, based on the Rocky-based theme of what they're doing, it was to come in and throw a knockout punch, and man, they did. I thought that they wobbled them in the first set, and from that point on, it was really a no doubt.
Back to the PA again.
Dave Worland, and from Lawrence Township, Victor Bush, as we present the state championship medals to Providence. Please welcome Amanda Barney, Allison Bass, Jackie Hornung, Claire Shannon, Audrey Shannon, Anna Wingate, Cheyenne Brooks, Mia Fugaru, Lexi Libbs, Marissa Hornung, Lily Bivens, Madison Kruer, Hannah Mitchell, student manager Erica Dennison, assistant coach Maria Cochran, assistant coach Taylor Cutter, assistant coach Carrie Quinochet, Assistant coach, Haley Cutter. Assistant coach, Brandy Denning. Head coach, Terry Perica. Representing the athletic director, Scott Hutchins. And principal, Dr. Mindy Ernstberger. And now, please welcome from Jennings County High School, Mike Broughton, as he presents the championship trophy and game ball to the Pioneers of Providence.
For Providence, this is their 4th overall state championship and their 8th overall Mental Attitude Award. They won Mental Attitude Awards in 2001, Diana Zip, 2002, Charlie Day, 2013, Abby Spitznagel, and a year ago, Patricia Mattingly. So they've got a whole bunch of Mental Attitude Awards and also state championships now. Let's get some final thoughts, Mike, on this this particular match. Pretty easy, actually. This was just a domination situation.
I thought this was going to be the highest most highly contested match of the day. It did not turn out that way. I thought Yorktown was going to win this thing. It did not turn out that way. I did say with 100% certainty that the 57 set streak, 57 straight set wins for Providence would with 100% certainty fail and fall, and that did not occur. They're now at 60 consecutive sets, 20 consecutive wins. You know, my hat goes off to Terry Perica. I don't know if I've seen a more prepared team in a state championship scenario.
Well, here are the final points of this match. In fact, here is the final point of the network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.